Hello, my Pisces. So you're last on my list today. So I'm a bit energetically sort of tired, but that doesn't mean anything. I just had some food, got good and grounded. So yeah, I'll just introduce myself a bit because these are the first few videos of the channel. I've been doing tarot for 10 years, so I do know my cards. It's called Tarot and Astrology. I don't really know too much about astrology, so at the moment I'm just checking the days and telling people if there's any planets in their signs. So there are for Pisces. Saturn is in Pisces, which means governs like work life. And there's another one, Neptune as well, which I don't know what Neptune actually governs. But it's also in the sign of Pisces at the moment. Just FYI. Just whilst I'm shuffling the cards here, you get nice and relaxed. And I was reading an article today about how really successful people, they can tell when they reach someone who's done like the 700 hours, and they can just be really like open and receptive to advice, I suppose. And tarot is a really good way of thinking outside of the box. So I hope that this will help you in some way. I'm going to do a traditional spread, done thousands of times, but I might not do it in a chronological order because you know what they say, you learn the rules like an expert and then you break them like an artist. So let's see what's going on with Pisces. First is the Ten of Swords. So you're proper feeling it. You're feeling it at the moment, like winter isn't even here yet, and you're feeling exhausted, tired, maybe with the astrological movements of the planets or something has really focused in on you, Pisces, at the moment, or Saturn's giving you a hard time, which I think it's likely that this is some form of having to take responsibility where maybe you haven't before, but it's too much, and it's very likely work related. And crossing your path, you have a Page of Wands, but it's in the positive, the Page of Wands. So there's someone that can help you. This person's like raising like a really high wand, just the one wand, like really, really high. So they're like, in a way, they're like raising the flagpole whilst you're like stuck down. You know who this person is. This person's crossing you. You could be jealous for this person. This could be part of the problem. The Page of Wands is crossing you. So what's coming in from the darker underworld, sort of subconscious side of life, is the Hierophant. You're having trouble with keeping up with the way things are in the status quo. This could be at work, having trouble with the policies and remembering them, or just keeping to them. And maybe you've been threatened with job loss. Or relationally, let's say this was a relationship, then this could be you don't want to conform to how this person has had partners in the past and what they expect and their standards. You're finding a hard time with that. Could be both. Could be you're having a hard time with your parents. I feel like standards is a word that keeps coming up. Like maintaining people's standards is just too much pressure for you. Because other people seem stronger than you and you just don't know how to connect with them, but you can do it. So because this is the negative forces, right? So they're kind of piling on their rules on you, this person or an institution. From the help you have the King of Wands. So don't lose your passion, your fire, even though you've got a lot of knives in your back, it might feel like. There's one going straight through your head even. Don't worry too much. You've got that fire, that incorruptible fire. You have it. You have permission to be you, to be enough. That phrase has probably been well and truly trampled now, but you are enough. And you have what it takes, okay? You have what it takes to get through what this is. And you don't have to compare yourself to this flagpole raiser person, this Page of Wands, who I feel like you're comparing yourself to someone, maybe an older sibling, a friend, a colleague. Let's see what's in the near past. Is 10 of Cups, which would be emotional fulfillment, but it's flipped. So you've been feeling very unfulfilled recently, and at the moment of this reading, when you've got all these knives in your back and you're lying in sort of fetus position, is when you're reading this, hearing this reading, it's got too much for you. It's too much. Because you're not content. You're discontent. Maybe at first you didn't know what it was, but maybe now you know it. You even might know that because you're comparing yourself so much to this person. When you know you've got just as much passion and desire as them, maybe even more, because it's the King of Wands, and it's really dragging you down to this place where now you feel you don't feel trapped, you feel pissed to the floor. There's a difference. And it's like you want to break the rules to get yourself out of this, but you can't. You've got to figure this out and do this in a way that sticks to the rules. And I think that's your main difficulty right now. Let's see what's in the near future. It's in reverse again. It's the Knight of Cups. So I wouldn't be trusting any soothsayer. I mean, I'm technically a soothsayer because I'm doing tarot. I'm a seer. But I don't mean like that. I mean like socially a soothsayer, someone who tells you what you want to hear. This person will come along and they'll seem quite opposite to the person you're in competition or jealousy of or comparing yourself to. This person will seem like, wow, they're like the white knight that's come to save me. No one's coming to save you. You have to get yourself out of it, whatever this is, okay? You got to get up, you got to take all the knives out, and then you got to get on your feet, and then you got to walk. But there's this Knight of Cups. They're in reverse, so I feel like you're going to know that they're just telling you what you want to hear. You might momentarily be like, oh, I like hearing this, it makes me feel better. But in the end, you'll realise that it's not helping at all. So I don't feel worried for you in that sense. I think you'll get it. So what can help you, or who can help you? Externals that can help you. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. So let's see if it's in the positive. It's looking at the twos, right? But if you can see that, it's looking at the 2 wands. But if it's reversed, it would be more like it'd be looking at the 1. So there's that one passion of yours that you get really into, that you can escape into, that takes all your emotions. Maybe you write poetry. Maybe there's a film that you love that just sucks you right in. Or maybe it's just spending a day just going through YouTube, watching videos and making internet friends, But there's that one thing that you really, really enjoy. You've got other things that you enjoy, but the one thing that I'm talking about. You need to do more of that. You need to do it a lot in this month. Over this month, you need to make time. If you feel like you don't have time, you need to schedule time to do this. I feel like it could be something like playing an instrument, something like that, but on your own, not necessarily needing to be in a band, just needing to play music, something like that. So that's an external thing that can help you, is that hobby or passion. What you can do to help you. 4 of Wands in reverse. You need to figure out who you can trust and who you can't trust, because the 4 of Wands is like stability. It's like a stability, and it's a relational card. All the 4s are relational, and this is the 4 of Wands, but it's in reverse because you don't know who to trust and who not to trust. You got to figure that out. Whether you write it out in a journal or something like that, do like a good versus bad. Pick the best person. Even if you think everyone's a dog, pick the best person, go and chat to them, and they'll help you out. Stop comparing yourself to other people. I feel like that's something you're doing massively, is comparing yourself, and that's like really, really, really getting to you. Just get off Facebook and the social media sites for a month. November, do a dry, like people do dry January. Do that with social media, I would say, and the news. I'd say that both of those same time for November. None. Cut it off. YouTube, okay, fine. Short videos of things, but anything else like that, apart from your favorite movie, we already discussed that. Apart from, if you have a proper favorite movie, lifts you up, to read that. So the final outcome is the Queen of Swords. So remember what was in your back at the beginning was swords. What are swords in the tarot? The swords are mental, they're air, they're energy. They don't really exist in the real world. It's subconscious. But this is the Queen of Swords. This whole time, November is about you learning how to manage your mind. So maybe taking up some meditation, reading a book that directs you to think certain ways, like tell stories in your head or hypnosis, those sort of things, or a book on thinking differently, or it's more of a CBT action focused mental health book will help you. But the end of the reading is positive. It's the Queen of Swords, and I believe that is you. If not, it's a last resort person that you go to that you know that's just going to tell you, this is how all this happened. This is how it is. I told you from the beginning, and it's going to be one of those. This is going to be tough to take. It's either that. It's one of those two. And that, my friend, is where the reading will end. So I just have one last question for you. So how different would it be if the same thing started looking like nothing else would really change, if it really did? And, I'm so thankful that you came and watched this video and we developed a connection. You like and subscribe and tell all your friends about my tarot. And I really appreciate it. I read all the comments. Look after yourself.